Okay, I want to talk a couple things about the last exam. And the main one that seemed to give most y'all problem was this metric prefix scale for our engineering notation. And as you can see in front of you, here are all your prefixes that you are responsible for converting from one to the other. And to me, the easiest way to do this is as you move to the right on the scale itself, for every place you move, for as far as how many prefixes you go, you need to move the decimal in the number that you're given to the right 3 places. So, for example, if I'm converting megabytes to kilobytes, for an example, since that is one move to the right, I move the decimal in the number to the right 3 places. If I'm going from kilo whatever watts to just watts, again, you move it 3 places to the right. This number right here, this none, is just your basic units, whether it be watts, ohms, whatever we're dealing with. Uh, the other thing is when you move to the left, you move the decimal to the left 3 places for every one prefix you move to the left. So if I go from nano to milli, that's 2 prefixes to the left, which means I move the decimal into the number 6 places left. Okay, so that's kind of one thing I wanted to talk to you about. The other issue is what's coming up in the next section. You know, you've got your complex numbers, you've got your triangles to get ready for your trigonometry. Just remember your complex numbers uh, are your J values. So, for example, let me find that up. For your complex numbers, what you've got are negatives under the square root. So in algebra, we use I to represent imaginary numbers. In electricity electronics, they use the J. So if I have the square root of negative 36, that's 6J. Okay, so just remember to use your J instead of your R, sound like a pirate, instead of your I for anytime you have a negative under the square root. So, you know, that's one issue that may give you problems. The other issue is with your trigonometry itself. Let's get back to these triangles here. So, you know, you've got a right triangle. Now, you're going to see all these letters because, again, this is a class for people in electricity, electronics, industrial maintenance, all that. So, you're just going to be using these letters. Your hypotenuse is always your longest side. These symbols inside here are Greek letters for angles. So, that's theta, that's phi, that's your right angle. And what you've got to remember to do is the Pythagorean theorem to find side measures. If you know 2 sides, know how to do the Pythagorean theorem. If you having units, see I've got these prefixes up here. I've got 116 microsiemens and I've got 585 microsiemens. Well, the good thing is if the prefixes and units are the same, you don't have to worry about using the prefixes in your calculations. So, for example, I could find side y if I wanted to just by using the Pythagorean theorem and taking 116 squared plus 585 squared and then take the square root of that, and you'll see my answer is already in micro. So you don't have to use the prefixes in your calculations. So that's just a little bit of what I wanted to give you. You know, once you get into trigonometry, you know, you've got to be good at algebra. That's the deal with the trigonometry. Your algebra skills are going to be tested because you have to know how to solve. You got to know how to use your calculator correctly. So just make sure you understand how to find these angle measures using your trig ratios, which there are videos created for those ratios. So anyway, you know, I'm trying this out. Hopefully it's working. But there are videos. I have not created many of them. Somebody else created them. But there are videos for you to look at. Just look at them. and make sure you're doing what you should be doing. So good luck, and as always, if you have questions, please just email me. There's the Ask the Instructor on most questions. Some of the ones we've created don't have it, but most of them have Ask My Instructor. Or you can just email me separately. But just don't sit there and not understand. Try to get help. Have a good day.